Okie dokie. Ben, you have experienced the use of Pegasus 12900 over the season, and we were wondering to know from you how this stubble crusher differed from the other equipment here in Australia.
Yep, so we got ours in March. We bought two in. Each machine's done about 3,500 hectares. The first thing that struck us as the main advantage is the speed the design allows. So the blades being evenly spaced, the diameter of the rollers mean that you can achieve speeds far in excess of anything else out there in the Australian market at the moment, which obviously results in greater efficiency gains. The design also enables the roller to follow the contour of the ground a lot better than some of the rollers with three bigger ones. So yeah, they're the main advantages we see.
Any further comments on maybe in more of those Aussie conditions, rockier paddocks or stuff like that in terms of the robustness of the equipment, or something you can add on what you've experienced with this?
Yeah, for sure. So our home block has got a lot of rock, it's heavy red country, and the hard ox blades held up remarkably well for doing over 3,000 hectares each. The fact they're interchangeable means that the life should be reversible. Means that they should be double. We're expecting to get 7,000-ish hectares out of a set of blades, which is in all conditions. The rolls didn't dent or anything like that. They were strong enough, so we're really excited. Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure the boys back in Brazil are obviously doing any sort of adjustment to match with the Aussie conditions for these sort of equipment.
They've been great. Just to follow on from the query before, the other main objective in Australia is to conserve moisture, and the fact that this runs on top of the ground whilst cutting the canola stubble rather than just rolling it over and smashing it, and that enables us to conserve that moisture, which is important for seed germination.
Yeah, very low soil disturbance with just like one knife touching.
The pressure per knife is enough to crack the canola and to cut it. Yeah.
And I remember the field day that there was early in the season, and some demonstration. Two of these equipments were rolling the canola stubble, a very thick one and very high. What do you reckon was the impression of those farmers who turned up to the very nice field day we had early this year?
They're very excited by the concept. The operation speed is almost double. It floats very well. It stands up very well. It's very simple. In my opinion, it's a superior job.
Yeah, and I also heard. I think you mentioned that to me, out of some questions which farmers were questioning on. Okay, if I need to change a bearing, or is it easy or hard compared to the other brands on just them with very little sort of equipment to make that change?
Yep. So one thing Industrial Triângulo did was, which we absolutely support and applaud them for, is to bring a couple of their engineers out to that demo, to putting the machines together and also seeing the conditions they're operating in. And one of the things that has been an issue for stubble crunchers in Australia have been the bearings. The upgraded bearings that on the Pegasus now, we expect to not have anywhere near as many issues as we've been having in the past. And the simplicity of one, changing the bearings, the bolt in, bolt out stub axles are a huge thing for us as well, a huge advantage. And the ability to swap the knife rollers out for smooth rollers, within probably an hour, is it's a huge advantage compared to some of the other brands out there on the market.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that so far there has been a lot of exchange in terms of how Industrial Triângulo will help ATS Agriculture here in Australia, improving their equipments or bringing even more benefit to farmer growers.
Yep.
And how do you see at this stage, or how the partnership came about? If you could give us a little background on that, I think it would be interesting for to hear from that.
Well, we came across the Pegasus online, a video taking down one of the big green crops. Just looking for something that would do a better job than over here. We made contact with Industrial Triângulo and set up a couple of conference calls and it took the dive, and we're really happy with how the conversation was progressing, and decided to place an order for 2, and
nice.
They got here at towards the back end of last season, so we just tested them on our place and one of our friends' places, to date it's been fantastic. The fact that a genuine interest in improving the product for Australian conditions and trying to identify what things which may fail in the future and correcting them in advance, and just making a machine for Australian conditions which is bulletproof, which is what we need out here, because we're pretty rough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. Old school and rough.
Old school and rough.
Yeah, fair enough. And I know Industrial Triângulo has launched this year the 18,000 Pegasus, which is a 18 meters wide sort of equipment.
Yep.
Do you see another good opportunity for this equipment, which I've heard come with all the upgrades they have experienced early this season on trialing the 12900?
Yep. So the 18 meter one for us, I think will be very popular over here because, well, the efficiency gains again, but also it fits in with a lot of control traffic programs.
That's really important.
It's really important over here.
Size of farms and operations.
Yeah, that's right. The fact that it's stronger, it's gone up a gauge across the frame and everything is, I think it is going to be bulletproof. It's done approximately 6,000 hectares in Brazil at the moment, it's my understanding, and it hasn't done a bearing yet. So if we can get that sort of performance over here, we'd be stoked, absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah,
that's for sure. And as far as my understanding goes, I got that it's a good fit for the Pegasus for canola stubble, obviously due to Western Australia agriculture. But do you see any other use of equipment like this instead of only focusing on canola stubble?
Yep. So as you say, canola stubble management practices are changing in WA. More looking to not disturb the soil as much. So that's probably the key driver to going to a stubble crunching machine. But another advantage is the fact we can swap the rollers out for smooth rollers or rib rollers. And a lot of guys can use that to roll their hay, their barley, and some of their lentils and lupins directly after seeding. So to enable a lower cut come harvest time.
Yeah, I've also heard maybe potentially to help with some soil amelioration.
Yes.
Depending on the condition of the paddock. And,
Yep. No, we're looking forward to trialling a few of those objectives. And I think it'll stand up well. And give the machine a lot of versatility.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good. And if you could give one, would say one last message so far with this experience and the partnership and the quality of the equipment, what would that be?
It's they're a pleasure to deal with, Industrial Trianglo. There's a genuine collaboration to come up with a product that works in the Australian market, and I think it's some of those changes can be taken back to Brazil and the other markets as well. But no, the fact they've come out a couple of times, they've attended these field days with us, shows a real commitment to crack into this market, and we're very happy and very lucky and proud to be partnering with them to introduce Pegasus to Australia.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ben, for helping us with a few questions, and looking forward to seeing this partnership growing and growing.
Yeah, no, so are we, mate. Thanks, Jojo. Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.